Welcome to this professional learning experience where you are encouraged to learn, lead, inspire, and transform. During this session, our goal is to focus on our learning target. And our learning target is how do I plan, create modules, and place content into my new course? What materials do I need before, during, and after? And so, as we learn about PLA Learning Institute, which is an instructure.com Canvas platform. This is how we create courses in Canvas. And so, what do we need to plan first? How do we create modules? And how do we place content into our new course? And so, as we do this, there is a before, during, and after process. Again, we're building a course. Essentially, we are creating a learning experience for a scholar, and with that, we always need to plan and prepare. And so in our last video, we definitely reinforced the importance of we are a Google company and organization. And so you want to log on to Google Chrome. That is the browser that you should use to access our platform. Log into faylearnacademies.instructure.com/login/canvas. Once you're there, you will come to a screen that looks like our cover page for our platform. It looks like this. You're going to put your email address where it says login, password where you says see that. If you forgot your password, then go ahead and click the hyperlink there, and it will email you a reset password information, so on and so forth. Go ahead and log in, and we're going to go ahead and do that now live. Now, as of our last video, we already created a course, a new course, and I named that course test number 1. Now, when we look at our sidebar over here, I have quite a few sidebar information, okay? But that's because I am an administrator. And so when I click on the home screen, there's nothing here. Why? Because we haven't put anything here. So this is the page we use to determine what we want individuals to see. But you know what? We haven't created any chapters. So before we just jump right into the platform and start designing, it's important to, again, write the vision, make it plain. That means we always have to write a lesson plan. We don't design a course, or a curriculum designer doesn't just jump into a platform and create a course. You want to be intentional. So you are provided with this following document. It's called PLA Learning Institute Course Creation, Planning and Preparation. So the directions say, before you begin to create your course, please ensure that the following details are in place in order to ensure that your time is well spent and a seamless Canvas experience. The login information is here, and it says, get ready before you begin. Step 1, you have to write. Notice step 1 is all about writing everything out. You want to create a Google document that includes the following details typed in advance. And these are the checklist items that you want to include. You want to include a course description, which is a brief summary of the course that communicates the purpose, which is the what, the why, and the how. It's usually between 150 and 250 words. It's tweet size. You want to include the completion time. How long will this course take to complete? This is important and valuable because educators will need a certificate that gives credit for their time spent during this learning experience. Usually, most states, if for every hour that educators spend learning, that usually gives them a credit depending on their state. And we know that at the end of their professional certificate, they have to renew it. And so they have to have a certain amount of learning hours once their renewal or recertification comes up. So that's why this time completion is important. You need to also include an objective. Okay, and an objective. So we have completion time, that, an objective. That communicates the specifics of what will be learned, why and how it will be learned. The objective states what the educator will achieve. We want to include at least a 2 to 3 part objective. This could be in the form of questions. It could be a statement. Educators will be able to ... It's up to you how you frame it. However, it needs to be included. A course creation date. We need to know a timestamp. When was this course created? Right? We want to make sure everything is at least between 3 to 5 years up to date. We don't want anything really after 3 years, and during our educational time is important. So if the course is older than 3 years, we need to update it and refresh it. Resources and tools. Include all resources, tools, downloads, information, websites, whatever the teacher will need or educator will need to support their implementation of what they're learning. is what needs to be placed there. Those hyperlinks, documents, whatever. Also, contact person and department. We need to know what department created the course, who the contact person is, with the creation information, so that if something ever happens with the course and we're contacted, we know who to reach out to. Create a list of modules. And so modules, what is that? That vocabulary word you will see quite a bit in the course room. That is the equivalent of a chapter in a book. And so we know a chapter in the book has a title. Your course is going to have a title. Then your course will have modules, meaning chapters in that course, right? And then within every chapter, there's that content. So you're going to create a list. Check all of these. You're going to create a list of modules. So how many chapters will be in this course, right? Essentially, or modules. Then you're going to create your content pages. So go ahead and as you're planning, you're just going to write the names of the pages that you want to include. So under that chapter, i.e. module, what are the topics that you're going to include? These topics can be put on one page if you need to, right? Depending on how thorough and detailed it is. And then last but not least, once the educator finishes and or completes that module, or if you want it to be an end of course exit ticket, that's fine as well. But either way, we need accountability. And so you're going to create an exit ticket as an accountability assessment for the end of your course and or module. You want to include the required pass rate. And so the required pass rate typically is 80%. We ask that you at least include exit ticket of a minimum of 5 questions. It should be a variety of multiple choice, true or false, fill in the blank, and a minimum of 1 essay question. I think it's important to have that opening activity should be an essay question, maybe a middle essay question and an end essay question, just to make sure our educators are paying attention and they're held accountable for what they're hearing and learning, because they're supposed to be journaling, especially if your course is just a webinar that they have to listen and watch. So we definitely want a lot of essay questions to see what their thinking is, beginning, middle, and end of course. All right. And so there's some sample exit tickets here that you can look at to see how simple it can be, or you can make it as complex as you want. We're still in the planning process. So step 2 of that is photos. You want to create a Google folder in your Google Drive. Name it after your course title. You want to research, collect, and store all of your course images inside of your folder. Now, let me go back. Step 1, we were to write all of this out, right? At the very bottom of this document, you can see an example of what one looks like. This course title says Eureka Math K through 5. This is the description. This is the purpose of it. It's only going to require 1 hour of the educator's time, so they know that they're only getting 1 credit for this course, or whatever their state provides for 1 hour of learning. The objective and the goal is here, and it has 3 different educators will be able to what? Successfully implement Eureka Math. What? Analyze lesson structure of Eureka Math. What? Prepare and teach Eureka Math with fidelity. Boom. That's it. It's clear, cut, and dry. The resources and tools that will be provided are as following. This is an example of directions you want to give the educators. So it says download. You may download the following resources and or tools that will support your learning journey in this topic. Click the links below to download the items to your computer, or you may open the URL link to save them on your Google Chrome browser. Utilize the links and or the embedded files to add to your toolkit of information. So this is just, again, a sample you can copy and paste to put inside of your course, and then you add the links to the resources that educators will have to support their learning. Then you notice on the planning documents, the modules. So these are the modules in that course. These are the titles of it. And then these are going to be the separate pages in that module. Title of the module. These are going to be the separate pages, and we probably will name them Deep in Understanding and Walkthrough. Okay. Then this is some sample assessment questions, right? We see 3 of them here, but we ask for a minimum of 5 because we want to include some essay questions as well. All right. And then our last 3 things, the date created. We want that date there or revised. We want the contact person, and we want the department, right? So we can always reach out later. And then right below, you have a blank document that you can use to really write out your information before you go into the course room. So this is all at the bottom for you of this same document. that really will support your process. So that is step one. Write the vision, make it plain. Step two is about creating a Google folder of all of your photos. You want your course to be vibrant. You want it to have pictures. We live in a very highly visual time where everyone wants the visuals. We want less words and we want more visuals. So again, you want to collect all of your high pixel, high quality images to place inside of your course room. You can use Unsplash, and there's several other royalty free websites with high pixel images that you can use if your department has paid for the Canva platform, which is a editing platform that you can use, or other things that PLA is paid for your department, then please utilize that to create your course room thumbnails. Well, Charmaine, what does that look like? In our first video, we kind of talked about that. So when we go in settings, notice in the settings for this course, remember, we place our thumbnail right here. Well, I just went in and collected an image of a young scholar that's similar to our population here at PLA. I placed that on a Google slide and I typed out these words. I added a picture of the curriculum logo that I got off of Google, and I put our PLA logo there on a Google slide, and I downloaded it as a picture and I placed it here. Or you can use another platform. But either way, we want high quality images here. Okay. Another example is when I click on HMH for the course I'm creating. Look, this was my folder for my HMH. When I click on this folder, look at all these pictures that I downloaded. Okay. Because a lot of my modules are going to cover different things in my HMH course. I'm going to cover physics, biology, chemistry, all of these different things. I'm going to have to let them watch a video. I'm going to want them to read something. So I downloaded all of my images in this folder to hopefully help me save some time. So when I get ready to go in, I already have everything that I need. And I can back it up, because if something happens to the course and it has to be revamped, I can always go back to these images later on. Okay, so back to our planning document. It's just encouraging you to collect all your pictures, put them in a Google folder. Okay, now same thing with videos. Videos, this is a planning part and a preparation part as well. Create, record, research, or collect your video URL links or MP4 video files into your folder on Google Drive. All right, and so these are just some checklist items. This is PLA platform accepts URL links, an MP4 video file that may be uploaded depending on the length. So if you, let's say you did a 4-hour long training, well, I can tell you right now that video file is going to be way too big, and PLA, the platform, is not going to let you upload it because you only get 50 megabytes of a file to be able to upload. A 4-hour video is going to be a lot longer than 50 megabytes. So for that reason, you're going to need to use an embedded code. And so what you can do, the great thing about it is if you're using Screencastify, if you're using Zoom, maybe you recorded a Zoom session, Zoom should provide an embedded file, or maybe not. Sometimes Zoom just gives us a URL. What I'm going to encourage you to do, let's say you Zoomed a 4-hour training session and you want to upload it in your course. The best thing for you to do at that point is to upload it to YouTube, because YouTube will shrink the size and we can easily embed YouTube videos into our Canva platform. So one way to do that is if you have a Zoom link and it's 4 hours, it's going to be way too big if you download it and try to upload it into Canva. And so what you will need to do when it comes to YouTube, you'll see that in this image below, it says once you will first need to upload it to YouTube. So first I'm going to go to my YouTube channel. I'm going to go to my videos. Okay, so these are some videos I've uploaded. Okay, so these are some videos I've uploaded here. And for example, I'm going to go into this one. This is the one that I just recorded to support our learning today. Okay, and I'm going to I want to view it on YouTube. Okay, and I'm going to, all right, I'm going to pause it here. When you click the share button, you get a list of options. We can post it to social media, which that's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to embed it. This is the URL. Okay, we don't need a URL. we need the embed code. This is the code we need. This is going to allow us to put the video on the page that we want it to be in our course. So we don't want our educators to be inside of Canva and then they click on an HRL and it takes them out of Canva to go to YouTube. No, we want them to stay in the course room, stay in the course room. So that's why embedded codes are important, because they don't have to leave Canva to go over to YouTube to watch the video when they can watch the video in your course. So that's the power of embedded codes. Okay. And so now you just learned how to get it. So you just click on copy. It just copied your code and we'll discuss what we do with it. So this just tells you where to go on YouTube. You click the share button, you click embed, and you get the code. Okay. Below in this document, you also have a sample directions for videos. Anytime our scholars in the classroom watch a video, we absolutely expect them to have directions. And we expect them to have a listening activity. So this is an example of a listening activity. It says watch the brief video and utilize a note-taking journal, notebook, and or sheet of paper to take notes. Capture the key learning, not what know, understand, do components of the topic, and be prepared to demonstrate evidence of your learning. So they have to make their thinking visible. So the guiding question is, what does this video want you to know, i.e. the facts or the information, understand, connections, transfer, compare, and to be able to do what new skill to demonstrate or what actions. And so again, these are just some samples you can use inside of your course to make sure you're providing the best and most high quality and efficient way of guiding our educators' learning. It also models for them what we expect them to be doing inside of their classrooms. All right. So now, once you have written the vision, you made it plain, you've gone through all of these checklist items, right? All right. Once we've done that, we're ready to go inside of the course room, right? The great thing is you have the introductory video, how to create a course, how do I set up the course details and settings. So now we're going to go right into the development process. So I'm going to come back here. We already did the settings piece. So now I'm going to go to modules, right? In our notes, it talked about creating modules, okay? And if I look at the example, and I'm going to use this document, the planning document, right, that we talked about, and I'm just going to use the notes, for example, okay? So let's say I use the notes here. We're going to have two modules. We're going to have 4 different pages. So I'm going to go to my Canva platform. I'm going to create 2 modules. So the first module name that I'm going to create, just for the sake of this training, is going to be this one. I'm just going to copy and paste it, dump it there, okay? Add this module. Yay. Okay, I did that. I'm going to add another module, okay? And now, since I already pre-wrote it, I'm just going to copy and paste this second module here, copy, and I'm going to paste this here, okay? Then, now I have 2 modules, okay? Then, but in my modules, they're just names, right? Because there's nothing else inside of these modules. So now I'm going to click here because I want to add something to my module. I'm going to add, oh, not yet. I'm going to actually add a page, okay? So now we have our 2 modules, but I want to add 2 pages under module 1 because one is going to be an overview. The second one is going to be fluency, application, and application problems, okay? So the first is an overview. I'm going to go back to my course and I'm going to click the 2 lines over here. Nope. Actually, I'm going to click the plus sign. So forgive me. So I have my module created. Now I'm going to click the plus sign. The plus sign just means I want to add something. Okay. I don't want to add an assignment. I'm just going to add a page. Okay. And it says create a page. Yes. Okay. I click on create a page. Okay. They want me to name my page. I'm going to put overview. Add item. Okay, I already added 1 page. Now I'm going to add my second page. My second page is called Fluency and Application Problem. I'm going to click the plus sign, create a new page. Okay. But this time, my new page is going to be called Fluency and Application Problem. Okay, and I'm going to spell that correctly. All right, application problem. I'm going to click add item. Now we have 2 pages. Yay. Now, when we go into, now we just have names. There's nothing on these pages. We have the module. We have nothing on these pages so far. Okay. But that's okay. We're going to practice just setting our course up that we want, right? So I'm going to click the plus sign here. I'm going to create another page here. I'm going to change the name for module 2. I think we named Deepen Understanding. I'm going to name that page Deepen Understanding. Okay. So it's called Deepen Understanding. Okay. So we have that page. Awesome. Click another plus sign, create that page, and we're going to name that something different. We're going to name that Walkthrough. Okay. And we're going to spell that correctly as well. Okay, so we just added that. So now we have our module names and all of our pages. Wonderful. Okay. So now there's nothing on the pages though. And notice they're not published because these signals here, when we press this button, that tells us to publish it, or we can cheat and we can just say publish module and all items. Okay. But we're not ready to publish because there's nothing on the page yet. Okay. So now first we want to click on the module and we want to edit our module. So we click the 3 dots to the side and we edit. When I'm ready to edit the pages, I click here and edit. 3 dots and edit. 3 dots, edit. Okay, so that's how we're going to edit all of our content. So first, what are the educators going to see when they click on discovery through coherent lesson structure, right? So I'm going to click edit. And okay, so this is telling me, this is once I have my module and I have the page numbers, this is just, do I have any requirements? Yes, I want them to first start with my opening module page, and then I want them to go through the steps of, I'm going to exit out of this. You have the right to create how you want educators to go through this process. Do you want them to just be able to start with the second page on module 2 and go backwards, or do you want them all to go in a sequential order? Is that a requirement? Do they start with the module page, then they go to the first page and second page? If so, this is the place that helps you to set that up. So here, if you have any requirements, you click on add requirements. Students must complete all of these requirements. Yeah, I want to check that button. Do you want them to create it in sequential order? Yes, I actually do want them to create it in sequential order. Now, it allows me to decide what the order is. I want it to be the overview. I want it to be first, and I want them to mark that it's done. Then I want to add another requirement, and then I want them to do the fluency piece, and then I want them to mark that it's done. And I click update. So now what I've just done is, you'll notice this bubble to the right that says complete all items. So now when an educator starts module 1, they're automatically going to be required to do the overview and mark it when they're done, finished, and then they have to do fluency application and mark it done when they're finished. So they're going to be required to go in a sequential order. And again, what you did was click the 2 buttons, you click edit, the title is there, and then you will click add a requirement. It checks students must complete all the requirements. Students must move the requirements in sequential order, and then you place the sequential order that you want. I want them to start with the overview and then finish with fluency application for module 1. I'm going to update the module. Let's do the same thing for module 2. We're going to click next to the 3 dots, click edit, click add requirements. There's no prerequisites. I'm not going to make them read a paper or watch a video, but if there is, then you would put that there. We're going to click requirements. We want them to complete all of the requirements so they can't skip anything. We want them to do it in sequential order. And the order is, we want them to start with deepening understanding. We want them to mark the page when they're done. And then the second expectation is to do the walkthrough. And we want them to mark that page when they're done before they can exit. We're going to click update. Notice again, we've updated that's there. But there still is no content in this class. OMG. right? So now we need to literally, we want to provide some information on these pages, right? And so when we click on the information, we want to go to that page. So let's go to the overview. Right now, there's nothing under the overview page. So we're going to click edit. We can either go through modules, because again, when I click on the module menu, this is where everything is. Okay. But we have 4 pages that we're going to be designing. You can also go to the pages tab. Okay. But right now, only designers can see this. Okay. Because the eyeball is hidden. So scholars won't have a chance to see that page. Okay. Nothing's published right now. So we click on overview. We click edit. And they give us this box. So this box is important to know because the title is already there. So now we just have to put our content. I like to put the title at the top, but that's just me. So you want to go edit, a horizontal line. I usually put the title there, copy. I put overview. I make the font huge. Okay. I put it in the center of the page. Then I click enter and I put another horizontal line to just sandwich it. And the horizontal line is insert horizontal line. Okay. So that's usually what I like to do. And I usually like to make this all cap. Okay. Okay. So now I have my title there. And maybe I want to put an image there. So I'm just going to open up another tab and I'm going to put Eureka Math Overview. Now, you would have already collected all of your images, okay? But let's just say, okay, I didn't do that, and I'm kind of cramming right now. And so I'm just going to click on this image here. And let me see. I'm going to click on this one. I like this one. So I'm going to click on this one. I'm going to save this image. It saves it to my downloads folder. That's just what my computer defaults on. And I'm going to go back to my course room and I'm going to add an image here because again, images matter. Okay, we live in a highly. So then I'm going to go insert image. And I'm going to upload it from my computer because it's on my computer. Okay. So then it defaulted to my downloads folder. This is my image right here. So I'm going to click on that and submit. Notice it put it right in the middle. So this is going to be my overview page. And you know what? I have already planned very well. So my overview page is going to include all of the things I already wrote out in my lesson plan. So I'm going to go back into my course creation plan. And guess what? I have my title, right? So knowing me, you may even want to just copy this whole box. If you're, to be honest, I'm just going to copy this whole box. Copy. Let's see if it lets me paste. Let's see. Fingers crossed. Boom. It let me paste everything. Yay. Winning. Right? And I might make my font a little bigger. 12 is kind of small. Right? So I may make my font bigger. But guess what? It let me copy my entire chart. Yay. So now the training team is happy. You have all the expectations there. We put the modules, the learner can see what it is they're going to be required to learn. And if I want, I can add an extra box. I'm not going to give them obviously the questions to the assessment, but I will place inside of my course room, letting them know that they will be required to pass the course with an 80%. Okay. So I might add an extra box below this. Okay, I may insert an extra box. And when I click on this chart, you can add an extra box below. So, okay, see, it just added a box. So I can put assessment in all caps. And I can say participants or educators are required to pass the end of module exit ticket with and 80% or higher. Please answer questions with care. Okay, and I'm going to correct this spelling here. All right. So now I have my overview page here. This is more like overview of the course, right? And if I have any additional information about the course, I can put it here, okay? I can press enter and I can add, let's say I want to add another course. Now, resources, I didn't put any resources here, but let's go ahead and add a resource here just in case. Let's say there's a document. Maybe I found this awesome document, right? On or a PDF or something on the internet. Or maybe I just want my teachers to use, maybe I want them to use, maybe for an overview, I want them to see what is Eureka Math. And maybe I like this teacher's video.
At Idea Tampa Bay, we believe
We're
every
not
child
there
deserves
yet,
a high-quality education that
I want
prepares
them
them
to
for
click
life.
the link to this video. I'm going to click share, okay? And
Hi, my name is
I'm going to
Hart. I
copy the
teach
link to
math,
this
science,
video.
and social studies to third graders here.
Okay, so I just collected the link, okay, because they can watch an overview, right? And so I'm going to put a link in our course because this is a resource and a tool. Maybe this teacher has a whole channel dedicated to Eureka Math, okay? So I'm just going to put Eureka Math YouTube channel, okay? And I'm not even going to use her link. I'm going to literally use the Eureka Math YouTube channel because this is not it. Okay. So I'm going to go Eureka Math. So I'm just going to put that out there. And Eureka Math definitely has their own channel. So why is it not popping up? Not sure, but we're going to find it. Okay. So Eureka Math YouTube channel. So let's see if Eureka Math has a YouTube channel. Okay. All right. So it says eurekamath.org. It's only 330 subscribers, so I'm sure that's not their official site. But that's okay because we're going to find it. Okay. So we can search to see if Eureka Math has an official YouTube channel. Maybe they don't. Okay. I believe they do, though. And if not, that's okay. There are tons of people that put things out here. Oh, you know why? Because it's more like, I think it's engage and why, right? So, oh gosh. All right, exit full screen. Forgive me. Okay, so back to our course room. We have placed that link here, so we can either again explore all of these buttons. Okay, so here is the font size. This button is the paragraph size. This is bold, italics, underline. This is the colors that we have options. This is the highlight. This is superscript, okay, whether we need a superscript. And this is if we have an external link. Now, because if they click this, an internal link means it's in our course room. Right now, I mean, the external link means it's outside of the course room. Course link means it's something, a file that we have in the course room. This is an external link because it's taking them somewhere else. So I'm going to put this link here and click done. Notice as it highlights it, but if we want to limit taking our educators outside of the course room. Okay, we want to keep them in here. Okay, so there's other ways to do that. So I'm going to embed that same video in here, maybe as an overview. Since this teacher did an overview for me, and I like it. I watched the video, I vetted it. I'm pretty cool with it. I'm going to go back to that teacher's video and see if I can find her. Okay, here she is. I'm gonna go back to
All
her
right, agree
video,
with client and start time tracking.
and
Great. So for
I'm gonna go to
Q4, I was
share.
thinking
What
we
are you
should.
doing?
Oh, we needed a
I'm gonna
whiteboard
skip this
wall. We got the.
commercial, this ad. I'm gonna go to share, and I'm gonna click the embed code. I'm gonna copy the embed code, and then I'm going back to my course room. And I can't just copy and paste the code here. I have to go insert, embed. Click here. I copy the code here. And code is cool because it tells you the width of the box is going to be 560 in height. It's going to be, in width, and then the height is going to be 315. You can always adjust those numbers if you don't like how small it is. But this is the code. You click submit, and guess what? Her video pops here. This is better. We don't want them leaving our classroom in Canva to leave and go to YouTube. They don't need to. Keep them in the course room. Okay. After this, we're going to click save. I'm just going to click save and publish because I'm okay with it being published now. Okay. It has the title of the page. I put an image there. It gives all the expectations of the course. It has assessment. But you know what? I put this video there, but I didn't really tell them what I wanted them to do with the video. There's no directions. Uh-oh, that's a non-example. So I'm going to go back up here to edit because they need directions. Don't ever ask our educators to watch something and not give them directions. So going back to our planning document, remember, we were given a sample video directions. So that way we don't even have to think about what we want them to do. So I'm going to come up and I'm going to look for those sample directions. Here we go, watch and learn. I'm just going to copy and paste, watch and learn, copy this here, and I'm going to dump this right at the top of the video, okay? So now this video has some directions. We want them to watch the video. We literally want them to do something with it. We don't just want them listening to it and not, consuming any of the wonderful information that's there. I'm going to center this title. And now our educators know we want them to watch and we want them to learn. It tells them what to do. Okay. So now I'm going to save it again. And we can see what our entire page looks like. This is an entire overview page. Okay. All right, let's go back to modules and see how things are shaping up. So our overview page is done. Now we have our fluency page. We need our fluency page to look nice, okay? So we're gonna click on our fluency page here. Same thing, you click edit and you provide all your information just like we just did before, okay? So I'm gonna follow the steps again. Insert, horizontal line. I'm just gonna cheat, I'm gonna copy this and just put this right here. It's just something about, having the title to make sure they know they're on the right page. I'm going to bold this. I'm going to center it here. Then I'm going to put another horizontal line under it. Just kind of sandwich it, insert horizontal line. All right. And then for fluency and application problem, I'm going to come here, exit out. I'm just going to probably go to Google again. And I'm just going to put fluency and application problem. All right, I don't know. This says fluency and application problem, but let's say I have some information and I researched this and I'm just going to copy, I have all of my content. So in my course room, these are the details I want them to know. So maybe they're going to read this. So I'm going to tell them I want them to read and learn. Okay. So maybe I want them to read these details on fluency, and maybe I want them to watch a webinar that I recorded. Okay. Maybe I recorded a webinar and then I uploaded it on my YouTube channel. So let's figure out how to do that. First of all, how do I upload a video on my YouTube channel? Okay, so I'm going to go to YouTube and by your picture. First of all, let's make sure you know where it is, because this is your entire Google Suite. All of these resources are provided to you for free. I'm going to scroll down. This is your entire G Suite. Okay, So you have all of these resources and tools for free because you have a Google account. So yes, you have your own YouTube channel. So you're gonna click here, okay? But I have a cheat sheet. I put mine here for things I use a lot. Click on YouTube. You'll notice your picture still pops up, but next to your picture, there's a create camera there. So you're gonna click on that camera, and the drop down button comes on, and you're gonna click on upload video. And it says select file. So if your video is on your desk, you can just click here, select file. And I don't know if I have a video. Okay. For example, I think the only video I have is of a training that was done. So for now, I'm just going to upload that video. Okay. We'll just practice. So the video is CPI training. I'm going to click on that. And it's going to take its time uploading that video. I can use it my own upload thumbnail if I want. Remember, we created our own thumbnail for our course. If I want it, I can use the same course thumbnail, and I can upload the thumbnail, and now it's going to show this thumbnail. So you can choose your own thumbnail, right? And this is going to be the YouTube link that you get, but we want to embed that video, okay? It asks us, do we want it on the playlist? You don't have to select that. Who's our audience? Yes, it's made for kids. No, it's not made for kids. All right. So this is not really about children. So it's not really made for children. Okay. This is for adults. All right. And really that's all you need to put there. It's not like you're trying to, get a lot of views on this video, but I do encourage you to always put a description. For now, I'm just going to copy this. And then this will be our description. Every time you put a video, we should always describe what people can expect to see in the video. It's just helpful. And then you'll see the timing at the bottom. It'll tell you how long it's going to take for YouTube to upload it, publish it, all of that. And when you're done, it'll let you know when it's done. So I have 10 seconds left. But really, this is already the URL link, okay? Now, for me, I don't need the URL link. I want to embed this video inside of our course room. So since I'm going to embed it inside of our course room, I need the embed code for the video. So now I have to wait because they're processing it to make sure that it's high quality. It looks great. It's going to take another 26 minutes. Okay. So now I'm going to exit out of this. I just wanted to show you that this is the process, right? Now you already know, right? And I'm actually going to delete this when this is done because I don't really need this. Okay. So I'm going to put delete forever. I understand. They asked you if, yes, I want to delete this draft video. Okay, because I don't need it. But again, remember, the way we get the embedded code is on any video on YouTube. When you see embed, copy, get the code. Okay, so we got the code. We're going to go back to our course room, and we're going to insert embed. We paste that code into the box. We click submit. If you want your video to be center, you just kind of highlight it. Oh, now welcome to this professional learning experience. I'm going to stop it there. I put it in the middle of something I didn't want it to be in. But I can always slide it down, okay? Or I can just move these words up. I'm going to cut these, and I'm going to paste these at the top. Wherever your cursor is, that's where the video is going to zoom in. But there's no directions for the video again. They're just going to sit there and listen to it. But are they going to will they consume the learning? So I'm going to copy this watch and learn again. That's in your planning document. Copy, paste it there. Make this a 36 in font. And I'm going to center this one. And so now they have that, and I'm going to click save and publish. Okay, so this is what your page looks like. They're going to read and learn here, and they're going to watch and learn here. Okay. Now under read and learn, you may even want to put some directions for a read and learn. What does that look like? What am I supposed to do there? Do you expect them to take notes? If you expect them to take notes, then guess what? You need to say it. If you don't say it, they will not do it. Okay? So always have directions. All right, but we're going to save this for now for the sake of time. And now, when we go back to our modules, you'll see that you officially have 2 published pages. I'm going to click publish the module and all items. Okay. And so now we can literally see now let's go to student view. Let's see what our students will see. For us, the educators are our students. This is what they're going to see. Notice this is not highlighted because they can't access this because they didn't do the overview first. So module 1, it starts with an overview, then it starts with fluency. So when a scholar clicks on this, when they click on the overview, this is what scholars will see. So you can always sample what the scholars are going to see in your course room. They have to mark it as done. Yay, it's green. Then they click next. When they click next, it's going to automatically take them to the read and learn and the watch and learn. Once they have all their notes, they're going to click mark as done. And then that's it, because this is the last phase. There was only 2 pages in this module. So they have officially completed. Now, when they click on modules as a student, this is what they see. Wow, I'm done with this module. Whoop, whoop. Okay. And now they can kind of determine, okay, how do I move on now? Right. So they've done that. And so this is the student view, and it's very important. When they click on pages, you can see what they can see. And so far, this is all they can see because these are the only 2 things published right now. Okay. So I'm going to leave student view because we haven't published anything else. Okay. There's nothing else published. So in module 2, it's not published yet. That's why our scholars can't see it. Okay. And so eventually, if module 2 was published, then it would have taken them right to module 2 to keep working. Okay. So hopefully this is a crash course on how to create your course, how to create your pages, how to set things up, and just how to get the ball rolling, right? And if you want to create a home page, because I'm going to go back home. Well, right now, there's no homepage. So what do you want your scholars to see as soon as they enter the course room? Some people want it to be like a welcome page, is the homepage, the first thing that they see. If you want to create that, you can, but you absolutely do not have to. You can just start with your modules and give them a welcome and an overview and all of that. But if you do, you click on choose homepage right here, and it will allow you to select, what do you want to be your homepage? Okay. All right. When you're ready to publish your course, you will click this button and you would have completed your information. Okay. Of course, there's tons of other things that you can do with inside Canva, including making a quiz or something like that. But we're definitely going to encourage you to use Google to create a Google form. And that way you can get notified when the scholars have finished that, and you can connect it to a certificate. That in and of itself will probably be a separate training on how to create a Google form as an exit ticket that is connected with your certificate. Thank you. I know this was a lot of information, but hopefully it supported you in your learning. And if you have any additional questions, feel free to ask.